More doctors smoke Camels than any other cigarette.
Hurry, hurry, hurry.
Bavarians is for your man and you too.
That you say? No Boulder Dash or baloney here.
Cheers, everyone, and welcome to The Unfiltered Gentleman. And now, breaking the seal all over the finer things of life, Greg, Scott, and Dan.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Seal broken. Welcome in, everybody. It's The Unfiltered Gentleman. Thanks for listening. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being a friend. Sorry. I'm Greg, that's Scott.
What up?
And that, my friends, is Dan.
Oh, nice.
And that's how babies are born.
That's right.
Welcome in, everybody. Thanks for listening. Like I said, big shout out to South Jordan, Utah.
What?
That's how you know I'm not making these up.
That's Utah again, though.
Yeah,
man.
Utah coming back. It's been like a good 6 months. But,
It's been a minute.
Utah coming back around.
South Jordan this time.
Yeah, they're getting all their wives to
Usually
listen.
Salt Lake or something like that.
Right, yeah.
Salt Lake, something. I don't know.
Salt Lake.
Salt Lake.
Yeah. They're all parakeets with their salt licks in the cage, just chipping away. So, thank you, South Jordan, for listening. You've probably turned it off by now.
I know, right?
Apparently, whenever you're a city of the week or whatever, we just talk
Quickly
crap about
alienate
you.
you.
Yeah, exactly. So South Jordan was our number one listenership for last week. Thank you for listening. Our burp word of the week is beer muta. Ooh. As in the beer muta triangle.
Whoa,
Yes.
boy, been there.
Yeah, we'll find out soon enough why.
Okay.
And if you are new to the show, the burp word is basically just an attempt to make sure nobody, and by nobody I mean Scott, throws up on the microphone while they burp.
Burp.
Exactly. Also, don't forget when you're on the social medias, we want to see what you're drinking. So hashtag show us your beers and tag us in all your beer pictures and stuff. Yeah, we like beer porn.
Correct.
It's good stuff. And don't forget to rate and subscribe on the old iTunes and everything else. It helps us look like we're famous and that we are doing way better than we really are. I mean, we have millions, but we want to look like we have 2 millions.
Yeah.
And that kind of thing.
Got to double up.
The silicone parts were made for toys. Anyways, I think we're all looking a little dry over here, so let's wet the old whistle.
Grab your libations,
Looking
pals.
and feeling dry.
It's time for beer of the week.
And if you're drinking, well, you know that you're my friend. And I'll say, I think I'll have myself a beer.
Indeed. I'm having myself a beer. We're all having ourselves a beer. We are having ourselves River Buddy Pale Ale.
River Buddy.
River Buddy. That'd be like if your dog went to the river.
That's right.
It's River Buddy. River Buddy Pale Ale from Kern River Brewing Company. It's 4.1 on Beer Advocate. It's 5.6% in the ABVs and 56 IBUs. It's a little high for a pale ale, and I don't mean that a bad way. From the brewery, they say a blend of Simcoe, Citra, and Eureka hops combined with a base malt of Pilsner and a touch of rye give this hoppy American pale a clean, crisp, and dry profile. This brew is best enjoyed down by the river.
Yes, indeed.
With a buddy.
Oh, yeah.
And side note, they won the bronze in the pale ale category of the 2017 San Diego International Beer Competition. So you're drinking a award-winning beer.
No, yeah.
Nice. Sounds like a school field trip or something. Don't forget your river buddy.
Oh,
River
yeah.
Buddy.
Yeah, everybody buddy up.
Buddy up.
And the can has like
Yeah.
two little hop guys like holding hands on a raft or something.
Yeah,
wow.
They're cheersing floating down the river.
Oh, that's what they're doing.
Yeah. Or they're holding whatever floats your raft.
They're cheersing.
Yeah, they're cheersing. I like the can art. Hashtag
Yes.
cans for cans.
Yes.
It's a great can. I also like the beer.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
This is definitely like a river or a lake beer. Like it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Definitely.
what I was tasting about it. I was like, man, this is like really like crisp and refreshing.
Yeah. It's definitely clean and crisp. It has a slight, just an ever so slight haze to it. It's not totally see-through like a lot of pale ales can be.
Right.
That's
true.
Definitely am getting those hops. A little bit of tropical. But I think like the number one quality of this thing is like crisp and clean.
Correct. Yeah, and it's not overly hot. Well, I don't know. I haven't had a good IPA in a while either, so I don't know.
Well, we'll have a good IPA later. For now, we'll settle with the pale. But,
Okay.
we're going to move ourselves to a good IPA later in the show.
Take care of that.
Yeah. Once the starter gets tired, We're gonna call it the bullpen.
This is good though. Nice and refreshing. Like I said, smooth.
I say this a lot, but I feel like this one really deserves it. This is definitely a hot summer day beer.
Definitely.
As the weather heats up.
Yeah, this is exactly what you're craving for when it's like really hot and you're like, man, I need a beer. It's like, this is it.
Yeah, who'd have thought that Kern River Brewing out of who knows where, California, could have pulled something together like this. This is delicious.
Great.
I think it's like the second Kern River I've had, and I haven't had a bad beer from them.
Right on.
Good job, Kern River. All right, let's move ourselves on to some crotch talk.
Have a grievance to share? It's time for crotch talk.
No real grievance from me. I will say that I went to the chili cook-off here in the local area of Thousand Oaks, California, a week or so ago. And I know you're thinking, Greg, why are you telling me about a fucking chili cook-off? Well,
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Here's the thing. It was the chili cook-off and craft beer festival.
Oh.
Yes.
There you go.
And so it was like, I don't know, I'm going to make these numbers up, but $25 to get in for chili and $50 to get in if you wanted beer. And it was all you could drink. Now, I got in early, so I think I only paid $30 for all you could drink beer.
Wow.
Yeah, I said for $30, I could do some damage.
There you go.
I could put these guys out of business.
There you go.
They're going to be so sorry. They'll be paying me to leave. So we went, and the chili was whatever. Like, I'll be honest, we tried a few chilies, and none of them were great. Though I do give props to one booth whose name I can't remember, because they said it was like the hottest chili ever. And I was like, challenge accepted. I love spicy. That shit blew my ass apart.
Oh, yeah?
Is that?
Oh my god, it was spicy. I was pounding. I had a pail with me. I was pounding that pale ale as I was eating that stuff.
When you said it blew your ass apart, like, I'm kind of wondering, like, how serious you are about that.
The next day was rough.
Fire comes shooting out of his ass.
Like it burnt going in and burnt going out.
Oh man, that sucks.
One of those kind of things. It was tasty, but it was legit spicy.
Got to be careful with that because you're right. Like whenever they say it's spicy, it's like, oh, I like spicy, but like there's a degree. Like I said, like I like it when it's going down and it's spicy, but not when it's coming out.
Oh yeah.
That next day spice.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like a burn on the throat,
Yeah,
not a burn downstairs.
No
yeah,
way.
not down the rectum.
But some notable beers that I tried. I finally found the Hemperor from New Belgium, the hemp pale ale that we talked about a few weeks ago.
The Hemperor Strikes Back.
Yeah, exactly. It was pretty good. It smelled like weed. Like there's just no other way to describe it except it smelled like weed. It tasted a bit like weed too. But it was pretty drinkable. The lady friend hated it. She doesn't like IPAs for the most part.
Oh, okay.
And she hated this. They also, boy, was I surprised. They had Dogfish Head 120-minute IPA.
Oh shit!
Ooh.
Coming out the tap.
Whoa.
You know,
That was like the first beer to run out.
Yeah.
that place is, or that beer is, it's making its rounds now.
Yeah, I was
It really
like,
is.
I was like, shit. After a couple little tastings of this, I've made my $30 back.
Right.
Yeah. So had me some 120 IPA. I also tried Fremont Brewing, and I'm sorry I can't remember the name of the beer I had, but it was one of Fremont Brewing's IPAs, and it was really good. And I wish I would have written down the name of the beer because I'd never had Fremont before. And good on you, fellas, up at Fremont.
Good on ya.
They did a little bit of a competition where they were giving you tickets. You got one ticket each, and you got to vote for your favorite brewery that was there by putting the ticket in their jar. And so I just thought it was worth mentioning that speaking of the Beer Muted Triangle, number 1, 2, and 3 of the event went to 14 Cannons, 5 Threads, and Westlake Brewing, the Beer Muted Triangle. And if you guys listen to the interview that I did with Nick Bordelin from 14 Cannons, I believe that was batch 85, we talked about the Beer Muted Triangle, which is those 3 breweries that are all within stumbling, and by stumbling I mean like falling over distance of each other. And so it's really cool to see them take 1, 2, 3. Westlake doing some really good beers out here.
Cool.
Yes. Also, shout out to everybody that came and hung out with Dan and I at Barrelhouse 101 last week.
Yes.
That was a lot of fun. We had a lot of beers.
We did.
Dan really had a lot of beers.
I did. It was fun.
That was a good time. Wiley came out. Of course, Francesca, the Sicilian Beer Kitten, was there, and I was on her show for a little bit, and we did some intermingling and such. And so shout out to everybody that came out. Shout out to Barrelhouse for having us. That was a lot of fun and for feeding us beers.
Yeah.
Also, I heard later in the day that there was a little bit of confusion amongst the Barrelhouse staff, and I guess they turned some people away. They thought it was a private event and not a public event.
Oh.
So, like, some people got in, but some people apparently did not.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, so if you were part of the did not make it in group, I sincerely apologize. I had no idea that was happening while we were doing the show. And I would love to make it up to you, maybe send you some stickers or something. So if that was you, please email us, theunfilteredgentleman@gmail.com, because that's kind of crappy that you drove out there and maybe didn't make it in. So it was just a miscommunication amongst the staff, and yeah, that happened.
Yeah, because that was totally like not our intention. Obviously,
no,
you know,
we promoted the hell out of it.
We're there to party.
Hang out. Yeah,
we're two wild and crazy
They
guys.
still wouldn't let me in. I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah. Okay, there wasn't a complete miscommunication. There was only a mostly communication.
Stopped him at the door.
Yeah. Sir, there's an age limit here. You have breached the age limit. I'm on the radio cast.
I'm here to do the Comcast.
I'm here to play the records.
I even brought my own records.
It has milk crates and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Wow, that Elvis record's still going. So anyways, I apologize if any of you guys had that issue happen to you. But let me know if you did, and I'll try and make it up to you at least a little bit. So I got a question for you fellas. This is a real question, and I need to know your opinion on this because I was very conflicted the other day. I was driving down the freeway, and there was this dude in this big-ass pickup truck, and he was swerving like crazy. And it was also like 11 a.m.
Okay.
Swerving like crazy to the point where it was like he was driving, and then he was in the shoulder, and then he was back in the regular, in the fast lane, and then he would just drive in the shoulder, and not like, oh, I need to be somewhere, so I'm passing people. He was just driving in the shoulder. And then, like, he wasn't just, like, slightly swerving back over. It was, like, dangerous swerves back over.
No, I did not buy a pickup.
Okay, well, I heard your car was in the shop, so I wondered if maybe you got a rental or something. And then, like, at one point, he wandered over, and some car was there. So he just, like, put on his blinker, waited a couple of seconds, and just fucking, like, hit that wheel and, like, came over real fast. And the guy had us. I mean, it was really dangerous. And I can only imagine he was drunk. Because the behavior was so drunk or drugs or, you know, some sort of substance.
Yeah.
Or the world's biggest asshole or a 6-year-old. Like one of those options. And the lady friend was with me and she said, I want to call CHP. I want to call Highway Patrol and report this guy. And at first I was like, yeah, you need to call them immediately. Then I had this thought like, man, I was so conflicted because it's like, look, we've all driven a little buzzed and then some. And, like, we would hate if somebody got us busted while doing it.
Right.
But at the same time, like, I don't think we've been belligerently dangerous like that. Where we're just, like, slamming in and out of lane. Well, Scott, he's Ubering. But,
yeah.
But, like, you know, part of the public sector here where we're not working. I don't know if I've ever been so drunk or I'm just... Well, if I was, I wouldn't know it. But we were just like going in and out of lanes and coming into people. And well, would you guys have called or not? I felt like a tattletale, but I also felt like if someone got hit and killed, I would feel really bad about it.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I think if you're the person to kind of like stop that from happening, I mean, where the guy is like clearly endangering lives, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, then yeah, because you're right. I mean, we've all been drunk or tipsy and driving or what have you.
A little more than we should have been.
Correct. Yeah. But, you know, if that's me and I'm weaving around in lanes and fucking jerking around and riding the shoulder and shit, and that's on me if somebody calls the cops on me. That's my fucking fault. So
shouldn't have got so hammered.
That's right.
Yeah. I don't know. What say you as the driver?
I don't think I would.
You wouldn't have called?
I'd say let somebody else call. I'm not calling.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I didn't call.
Yeah, I mean...
So I got a girl in the car.
Probably, you know, I guess you should. Because, I mean, down the road, he could... I don't know, kill somebody or himself.
That was my thing. Like, I didn't want him to kill somebody and then have that on my conscience.
Correct.
Yeah, and I've seen that. Not that bad. I mean, I've seen people swerving, and it's obvious that they're under the influence of something, and it's just like, That's somebody else worry about.
Yeah,
it.
I've seen the weave where like they hit the bump and come back over and hit the bump.
Right.
It's kind of like
Yeah.
you're watching somebody bumper bowling.
Yeah,
You know?
and
like,
driving by Braille.
yeah, it's like, all right, look, they are probably too drunk to drive, but you can clearly see that they've got it like within the lines, and they're probably not going to like. They're not those people that are going to drive wrong side down the street.
Right.
They're just shouldn't be driving.
Yeah.
I'm not tattling on those people.
Right, yeah. I mean, this person's keeping the coloring within the lines, like you said, but I think the
Yeah.
person that was behind you is on the table coloring. Like, you know what I mean? Like, off the book already.
Yeah, he lost the lines a long time ago.
Exactly.
So the lady friend did call, and and I even encouraged it. But afterwards, I felt bad. Not bad. I felt like a tattletale. And I don't know if that's like a generational thing or a guy thing or a drunk thing. We are drunks.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, because I don't know. Maybe it could be me, and they're calling on me. And hey,
Well, that was the thing. It's like,
I got to get these people home. Why are
right.
you calling on me.
It's the people in your back seat.
The other one's calling.
Yeah. The call's coming from within the car. That'd be a great horror movie.
Yes, my passengers were drunk, and I let them drive.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, geez.
Well, I think, like you said, I think that's the rule of thumb. If they're keeping it within the lines, then that's fine, whatever. You know what I mean? I think, like, I don't really have a problem with that either. It's
If they're
like,
abiding by the braille.
exactly.
Yes.
It's like,
Yeah.
okay, maybe they shouldn't be on the road, but they're not hurting anybody.
And it's
so
11
far.
o'clock in the morning, too.
Dude, that was an early buzz.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wiley needs to tone it down.
Come on, Wally.
He does drive a pickup truck.
Oh, there you go. And he's definitely good parking. So
Yeah.
Oh, my
He's a
God.
great partner.
yes, he
so.
is. I'll tell you a quick story.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
And I wasn't drunk. Actually, I was just when I used to work for a shuttle that used to go back and forth to the airport.
Oh, yeah.
And they would just run our asses off. I mean, just they didn't care. And one night I had like 2 hours sleep in like 3 days, and I was coming home from the airport one night.
And you were hammered.
Well, yeah. What else is new?
Do I need
And
to say that?
I had to drop a group of people off in Thousand Oaks and another group off in Santa Barbara. When I got to the place,
Is
in
this from LAX?
Yes, from LAX.
So
sorry.
first drop off was an hour and 20 minutes from the airport.
Yeah, about an hour because it was late at night.
Okay, late at
Like
night. So
12,
an hour.
1 o'clock.
And then another hour from the first drop off.
Correct.
So the furthest drop off was 2 hours away.
Correct.
Okay.
So after the first drop off, everybody got out of the van, and again I was going on like no sleep, and I'm like, "Aren't you guys going to Santa Barbara?" And they're like, "Yeah, no offense, but your eyes are closing and you're driving really erratically and you're kind of scaring us.
Oh,
so we're going to take a taxi the rest of the way."
Oh.
And like, you know what? I am so sorry. I apologize. I haven't gotten much sleep. And then, I said, be sure and call my company and make sure you get a refund and all that. So then I called my company and I said, I'm not going to Santa Barbara. And they, well, why not? I told them exactly what they said.
Yeah.
And the response was, okay, sir, we'll head back to LAX.
Oh, right. Shouldn't the response have been like, you're fired or something?
Or just, get
go
here
home,
and go
or-
home and get some sleep.
Yeah. Or don't kill somebody.
Yeah, they didn't care.
Yeah. Did you go back to LAX?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
He had to.
And then you
Told
killed
me
somebody
to.
later that night. Yeah.
Later on that night.
Yeah.
I got drunk and killed someone.
Wow. And then today
drop.
you got arrested.
I did, yes.
Yeah.
I have proof.
Can we post that picture on?
Sure, yeah.
Scott had a bad day today.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man, that was rough.
Oh, man.
I'm going to summarize just so he doesn't get like wildly depressed. And you can tell me at any point if I'm wrong. But the short story is your Toyota penis broke down, which means like automatically $30,000 more expensive than the car because it's a hybrid.
Correct.
Oh, my God.
And
Pretty close.
Luckily, some nice CHP officer pulled up behind you and was blocking traffic and whatnot, and he put you in the back of the car.
Yeah.
He's, you want to sit in the back?
Have a seat in the back there, partner.
Yeah.
And,
Yep.
Wait, where are we going?
I know, right? Off to the precinct.
Yeah.
That's one thing I thought about. As good as it was, early in the morning. What if it was one of those nights where I was getting a little buzz driving home and my car broke down? There I'm sitting on the side of the road, and here comes a highway patrol.
So instead of cleaning up your act, you're like, shit, I need a new car.
Yeah, exactly. I got to get a new car so I can keep drinking.
Yeah.
Right, no kidding.
Get one of those self-driving Teslas.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just get hammered and go home.
That'd be gangster.
That's what I want my next car to be, a Tesla. Like, how cool is that? Self-driving. Because the number one thing I hate about traffic is the inactivity. Like, I wish I could be on my laptop doing stuff for the podcast or stuff for work or whatever. Like, it kills me just to be so inactive for that amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, at nighttime, I might be a little drunk. I need a ride home.
Yeah.
So, anyways. Whew. Any other complaints we have?
No, I think that's it.
Good.
Nah.
I like it. Yeah. I'm sure Scott could come up with like 18 more complaints.
Yeah, I could go on for a while, but yeah.
It's been a rough day for the old man.
Even McDonald's screwed me.
What? McDonald's gave your order to some other dude.
Yeah, after all the shit that I went through today, I tried to get a little bit of a meal. I haven't eaten anything all day. I get a little meal at McDonald's. Thinking, well, McDonald's is fast. I can grab some food and get out of here. Mm-hmm. And they give my meal to somebody else.
Oh, my God. Can't win.
Well, you know.
Worst part was my dinner was in there, too. It's like, God, I don't care about yours.
Yeah.
What about mine?
He came in there, where the hell's my food?
Yeah. Bitch.
Yeah. Bitch.
All right, old-timey word of the week.
Me around a little bit.
Where's my burger, bitch? Old-timey word of the week is door knocker. Door knocker. It's a type of beard, but it's not Dan's type of beard.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
The quote is, it's, quote, shaved leaving hair under the chin, and upon each side of the mouth, forming with mustache, something like a door knocker. So kind of like a douchey goatee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it kind of comes around and looks a bit like a door knocker.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Not you are not a door. In fact, you're a beard splitter. We learned last week.
Oh, that's right.
Barrelhouse.
Yeah, beard splitter.
Yeah, buddy.
No kidding.
Yeah, your beard is illustrious and not a door knocker.
Thank you.
It's a man puncher. What did Wiley say? Like I had a fist underneath or something?
Oh, that's right.
Yes, exactly.
He's the Chuck Norris joke.
Yeah. All right, let's class things up a little bit. If the music will play.
No one could blame you for bed swerving. It's time for Beer Babe of the Week.
It is indeed, and allow me to mess up her name. Hania, Hania.
Looks like Hanya.
Hania. I'm going to go with Hania. You can find her on Instagram at Hania_Polka_dot. D-O-T, not just a period.
Underscores again.
Yeah.
All these underscores.
Scott's like, I keep hitting it, but it's not an underscore. It's just a dash. I don't understand it. Hania,
the underscore's too high.
Hania Polka Dot with the underscore. She's drinking I don't recognize those cans, but they are nice. It's a blonde ale and an IPA.
Right. She's double fisting there.
She is, yeah. Two different cans for cans. Hashtag cans for cans. Great cans. You can follow her on Instagram at, like I said, Hania Polka Dot with the underscores in between each one of those. All right, I think we still have a little bit of beer left amongst us, so we'll start the news.
Okay.
And then we'll make our way to our bullpen beer. Let's news it up.
Extra, extra, drink all about it. It's time for Booze News.
It is indeed. The Craft Beer Alliance is a company that owns Kona, Widmer, Red Hook, Mission, Square Mile Cider, just to name a few. I think we all know probably Kona and Widmer and Red Hook, right?
Yeah. For sure.
Everybody knows Red Hook. Come on.
I drink Red Hook all the time.
Yes, you do. Well, they're owned by the Craft Beer Alliance. And that one's kind of like a dicey one because you think about it, it's like, all right, Craft Beer Alliance, they own these craft breweries. No big deal, except then like 33% of Craft Beer Alliance is owned by Budweiser.
Oh, my God.
And it's like, see, it's so shady, right? Like, they're so dastardly and underhanded. It's like, well, so is it craft beer? Is it not? Mm-hmm. It's kind of up in the air. Probably technically, by definition, it's not, is my guess. But anyways, they were boasting about sales being up big time. And then it came out that while Kona shipments are up 20%, the rest of their brands are down 16.2%.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think we've hit the bubble. The bubble is starting to pop.
Yeah.
People are wanting the actual local craft beer. They're wanting the good stuff. And look, Widmer does some fine Hefeweizens. But who do you know who's like, God damn, I could use a Hef right now?
I know, right?
You know?
And nobody really.
It's just one of the, like, I like it. I love a great Hef, and Widmer actually does a good Hef. I've been to the brewery up in Seattle, I believe it was, and they had good food, too. I think it was Widmer, right? Yeah. They had really good food. and good beer, of course. But like I'm never on a search for Widmer or Red Hook or anything like that.
Right.
So I can understand it. Now my girlfriend on the other hand loves Kona, loves that longboard.
Okay.
The is it the Pale? Or no, that's like a Pils or a lager. I think it's a lager, longboard lager.
Oh yeah, longboard lager.
Something light.
Okay.
Anyway, she loves the longboard, and I see a lot of the female type really like the Kona stuff. So
yeah,
it's interesting. We'll see what happens with the bubble.
That's interesting.
Hey,
you wonder what they're going to do with the rest of the alliance now. If it's really,
Yeah, at that point, what do? You just keep Kona and drop the rest of the assholes?
Right. Because it sounds like Kona's doing a lot of the heavy lifting there.
Mm-hmm. Kind of doing all the heavy lifting. I wonder what the volcano's doing over there. This is our ashy IPA.
Oh my god! What did we learn not too long ago that they really don't brew in Hawaii?
Yeah, they do have a brewery in Hawaii, but
Correct.
it kind of only supplies Hawaii.
Yeah,
the shipping cost on that, it would be nuts.
Yeah,
Ooh, yeah.
Coconuts.
Yeah. But would they say like that they under extreme quality control or some shit they brew at other locations?
Oh yeah. Something like that. I forget what their statement was.
Yeah, something cheesy. The Brewers Association recently had their annual conference, and Pete Coors was not happy.
Uh-oh.
Yes. He wrote, this is
He drink his own beer?
Right. Is this like the oldest, whitest person thing to do? He wrote a strongly worded letter.
In Comic Sans.
It is in italics.
Oh, okay.
And it says, a letter to the BA from Pete Coors. Congratulations on the remarkable attendance at this year's Craft Brewers Conference in Nashville. The high turnout speaks to the interest and passion that brewers, suppliers, and the general public have for beer and the brewing industry. As a paying member of the Brewers Association, I enjoy my subscription to the New Brewer. It is the reason I have taken the time to write a point of view concerning the ongoing vitriol expressed in its pages and most recently reaffirmed by BA Chairman Eric Wallace and President Bob Pease toward the large non-independent brewers. The brewing industry is not exclusively made up of large multinational brewers or big brewers or faux craft brewers. All these fancy words. It is not exclusively made up of mass-produced beer, craft brewers, or home brewers. Rather, the beer industry is a combination of large and small brewers, retailers, distributors, and suppliers who are passionate about their craft and committed to their business. And they are passionate about competing for the millions of American consumers who love beer. The leadership of the Brewers Association does a great disservice to their entire beer value chain by attempting to pit one part of the industry against another. He's getting angry.
Oh, here we go.
You must
Starting
know.
to type in capital letters.
Yeah, this is where it goes. Mr. O'Reilly.
You must know that it's insulting to those of us who don't meet the clever criteria of your self-proclaimed definition of craft brewer.
Wow.
This approach prioritizes insults and division over unity for a beverage that has been used to unify and celebrate together for generations. Should the highly educated and trained brewers who work for large brewers of the breweries that have... By the way, take a drink every time you hear brew. That have been purchased by them be included in the disdain you have for them? Should the quality of beers produced by them, including hundreds of quality medals, be insulted by the Brewers Association simply because the parent company isn't part of your ever-changing club?
Wow.
Didn't all large brewers start as craft brewers? Don't all craft breweries wish to grow and be prosperous? We share distributors, many of whom would not be able to distribute Brewers Association beers without the scale provided by large brewers. You claim your members are precluded from distribution at retail, while I visit account after account that do not carry any big brewer products. Anybody tired of hearing me read yet? Competition in our industry should be honored and cherished. I agree that you craft brewers are exemplars of the American dream of entrepreneurial spirit. However, you must realize that big brewers, keep drinking, are as well. There should be no room for cheap shots and insults.
Yeah.
Such as faux, crafty, capitulated?
Ooh,
Capitulated for each other. That is a slippery slope that does not end well for our industry. We have enough competition inside the beer business and outside it with the wine, spirits, and increasingly, marijuana.
Oh, yeah.
You You undermine your credibility by pitting us against one another to the ultimate detriment of the entire beer industry. Keep your independent steel, your pride, and your zeal for brewing, but let's be united as an industry. There are other enemies we must fight together.
Like Al-Qaeda.
Elid.
Who?
That's dilly dilly backwards.
No kidding, man. He should have ended it with that. I don't know, man. What do you think? I think he's just afraid of a little competition there.
It sounds like it.
I agree.
Right.
Yeah.
Mr. Pete Coors, who I think owns Goose Island.
yeah.
People have cut on the fact that Goose Island isn't craft anymore.
Yeah, and that's the thing is it's kind of like, I agree. The big brew used to be little brew. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I can see what he's trying to say, but that's in the same sentence. It's kind of like when you get that big, sometimes you kind of rest on your laurels a little bit, and that's what we're kind of angry about. It's like you're putting out an inferior product because you think nobody cares, but we fucking do, and now you're learning about it.
Right. I think Ballast Point rested on their laurels of just dropping Jolly Ranchers into their IPA.
That's
recipe.
right. That's right. And they're feeling that backlash now.
Yeah. And I'll be honest, like I had a little moment. There's another can over here. We're prepping our bullpen beer. I'll be honest, I had a little moment of, you know what? He does make a little bit of a point here, because if you think about it, like no one drinks Joe Schmo cola. Like everyone drinks Coca-Cola or Pepsi.
Correct.
Like we drink the big soda companies. Why don't we drink the big beer companies? Outside of a concert or Vegas.
That's true.
That's the only time I drink. So I was at someone's house the other day, and I brought over some beer, and of course it went very quickly. And I went for more. I was like, oh shit, my beer's gone. Oh good, there's Bud Light left.
There you go.
Oh, fantastic. I
Fantastic.
needed to sober up anyway.
Right. And that's true. Like you said, I think we drink Pepsi and Coca-Cola or what have you, but it's kind of like if somebody just came out and like wowed my pants off with some soda, I'd probably be drinking that instead of Pepsi or Coca-Cola. But
and you wouldn't be wearing pants either.
Yeah.
Let's have some craft soda.
Yeah, but Mr. Pibb tried, RC Cola tried, and it's just not working. I'm going to have Pepsi.
Yeah, it's true. They make a better product.
Exactly.
Coke is better than Tab and
exactly.
RC and
all that
stuff,
shit came and went, and they stay because they actually still have a good product.
And you guys tell me what you think of this. I don't think the big problem is the fact that these companies are huge and make billions of dollars. I think the problem is how shady they are in their tactics of acquiring small breweries and then like, hey, look, they're still a craft brewery. Mm-hmm. Like they would love for you to think that Elysian is still a small craft brewery, and all of a sudden Space Dust is just magically available at the grocery store. Exactly. So I don't think that people care that they make millions of dollars.
That's not what it's about. Yeah, like you said, it's about the product, and that's all we really do care about.
Yeah, and their underhanded tactics.
Yeah, and then I think the same thing kind of happened with bringing it back to basketball and like I don't know, video games. I guess with EA, where they had they exclusive Madden, and nobody can put out any Madden football games now, so they kind of just you have to buy Madden. There's just no point, there's no NFL games.
It's the standard.
Out. Exactly, so they can get lazy with it. And if you want to play NFL football games, you have to buy Madden. And I think that's kind of what Big Beer is trying to, they're acting like, hey, what are you making fun of? But if they could, they would fucking do that. They would buy everyone out and say, no, you have to drink Budweiser if you want to get drunk today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's kind of like wrestling.
Exactly. I mean, you could relate it to anything.
Yeah, Vince bought out everybody else.
That's right. That's right. And it could happen. You know what I mean? And that's what we're fighting about. It's like, no, we don't want to drink just Budweiser and Coors Light. We want selection. We want choices.
We want flavor.
Yes.
And you know what's kind of cool? Like, we out here are near, say, like 14 Cannons and 5 Threads, the Bermuda Triangle over there. It's really cool to see that on the shelf somewhere and be like, oh, I know Nick at 14 Cannons, and he made this. And this is on the shelf at a Vaughn's or whatever grocery. Like, that's kind of badass. Like, I'm helping Nick and his girlfriend, like, survive. Or I'm helping Tim and his kids, go to school and have clothes and stuff. Like,
correct.
I'm not helping Pete Coors pay for his subscription to Brewers Alliance.
Yeah, Playboy channel.
Well, if that's what the money's going to, I'm a little more okay with
Okay.
I'm helping Nick, and I'm helping myself.
Yes. And I'm just drinking better beer.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
probably the best beer you could drink is like going down to one of the local breweries and drinking it fresh right out of the.
Yeah,
that's the other thing. I bring up Coca-Cola and Pepsi and big soda. Like they put out great soda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Budweiser does not put out great beer.
No.
Like it tastes like water.
Yeah.
Like I sober up on Bud Light.
And I think that's what it was. I think, like I said, they really tried to monopolize this thing and really put out, like I said, EA, like, was just Madden. And I think they really were trying to do that. And for a long time, it was that way. It was just drink Budweiser. And I think that's all we really knew for a long time.
Yeah, and like you said, they rested on their laurels. Like, well, it's only been Budweiser and Coors and Miller for so long, the big three, that, well, we were making money, so we're going to keep making money.
Yeah.
And as we talked about last week at Barrelhouse, like Budweiser is losing big money domestically, but their sales, sadly, they're going up internationally. But they're losing big money domestically. It's like, because we here domestically are like, fuck you.
Yeah.
And it was funny. I was in Spain. God, we're coming up on like 8 or 9 years ago. And in Spain, Budweiser is a big deal. It's imported. Like, it's not readily available. And if you found a place... Dan's checking his ears as I say that. If you found a place that had Budweiser, like, that was cool if you were a local. Like, you drank Budweiser. And I was like, please, can I drink something
Anything else
from Spain? And do it. The funny thing is, they had San Miguel, one of Scott's favorites, which is from the Philippines.
That's right.
And a lot of the locals thought it was Spanish. And I was like, no, it's from the Philippines. They're like, what?
Yeah.
It was super readily available in Spain. It was weird.
Because you guys invaded them.
I guess by proxy,
Now they invaded
Spanish.
you.
Yeah.
Now they invaded you.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Everyone's invading everyone.
That's right.
All right, I think everyone's poured up. Let's make a call to the pen.
He calls to the bullpen for
Beer.
Dan's gonna need a napkin.
This is so good. I love this beer.
We did have this last week at Barrelhouse.
I feel like I've had it for the first time right now. So good.
Feels like the first. We are drinking Lord Hobo's Boom Sauce.
Who doesn't like that name?
That's such a good name. Boom Sauce IPA.
Everything about it.
There's a whole Instagram account dedicated to like chicks wearing zero clothes holding the Boom Sauce cans.
Really?
Yeah, there is. It's kind of funny.
I'm going to join Instagram.
And not hard to look at.
Oh, cans for cans.
Cans for cans. Hashtag cans for cans. All right, so we're drinking Lord Hobo Brewing Boom Sauce IPA. 3.93 on Beer Advocate. It's got 7.8% and 78 IBUs.
It's raining hops.
It is indeed. Have you guys noticed this one, though? The River Buddy, 5.6%, 56 IBUs. This, 7.8%, 78 IBUs. It's a conspiracy.
It certainly is.
They say, Lord Hobo that is, our flagship IPA features 6 hop varietals and a blend of spelt, oat, and wheat. A late hop addition of Mosaic, Falconer's Flight, and Amarillo. Do you guys say Amarillo or Amarillo when it comes to hops?
Oh, I guess Amarillo.
I always said Amarillo, but then I hear people say Amarillo when it comes, like Amarillo is the city and Amarillo is the hops. Somebody correct me.
Yeah.
Please, at Unfiltered Greg on Twitter there. Flight and Amarillo delivers a notable citrus and tropical fruit finish. What say you fellas?
Delicious. I love this stuff.
Dan can't get enough.
That's right. Oh my God. And I just learned about it and I'm just like, I'm killing it, man. Like, it's got like that mouthfeel. It's just, it's not as crisp and refreshing, obviously.
Yes.
As the River Buddy, but man, it's almost like it's like a treat.
It is a treat. It's a hoppy treat.
It really
How
is.
the hops get in your blood?
It is.
I got lots of these. Hugh Hauser, I found an episode where he went to a hop farm.
Oh, really?
It was just covered in gold.
really?
Pure California gold.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is great. I get a lot of tropical fruit, a lot of tropical fruit, and some pine in there. God. It smells tropical.
Yeah. It's just, like I said, just the mouthfeel is like perfect. Like it's a very smooth, like a little thick, but not too thick.
Yeah. And Scott.
And how would you describe the hop flavor?
Huel's the best.
Oh, man.
I would describe it as tropical.
Yeah.
And a little piney.
Yeah. Yeah.
And magical.
And magical. Yes, indeed.
This is magical.
Oh, God.
Look at all the hops we've got. Now, let's talk a little bit about hops.
Yeah, it's true.
Let's talk about them, Huel.
That's what we
Look
do.
at all these hops.
It's never ending. I hope he goes to more beer-related things. But this is my favorite.
It's raining hops.
He is so excited.
I know, I love it.
That's how I picture Dan when he drinks boom sauce.
Oh, yeah. It's raining hops.
Oh, really? Oh, sorry, everybody at home.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. More news. Whew.
There's clearly more for us there.
Yeah, it really was. We just kind of like jerked ourselves off a little bit.
A little bit.
Like I said about the craft beer bubble popping, Pennsylvania-based Rivertown Brewing has not fired. Woo! This boom sauce is hoppy.
Boom.
It's raining hops.
Has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy and owes its creditors more than $637,000.
Yeah, they can do that.
Yeah, some of their creditors included like the Penguins.
The Pittsburgh Penguins?
Yeah, like sports teams. It was a weird range of creditors.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They just borrowed from everybody.
Shit. Wow.
Yeah, it was probably not a smart move.
No.
Not a smart move. Chicago, as a Californian, I must apologize. Ballast Point will be opening their Chicago outpost this week. Yeah.
It's popping up everywhere.
Supposed to open today, Tuesday.
Taste the rainbow.
Yeah, we're sorry. I want you in Chicago to know. We talked last week at Barrelhouse that 805 is now. Oh, there we go.
A little bit.
That was a little throw-uppy.
Yeah.
That 805 is
Can I
now.
get another mic, please?
Yeah, now available in Chicago.
That's crazy.
And we encourage you to drink that 805. That is a good example of California beer.
Yes.
Those of you going to Ballast Point and having a fruity sculpin, bad example of California beer.
Damn it.
We don't endorse it.
It's true. I mean, they're going to, hey, let's get one of these California beers here. And they're going to drink
Dan's
it like,
mad.
what is this shit? What is this? What is this shit? Oh, man.
That's a Chicago dog and a scalping.
Let me get a beer.
Damn Californians and their fruity beers.
I know, exactly. Yeah. Oh, my God. Totally living out a stereotype.
Oh, we really are.
Totally fake there in that California. Terrible Chicago accent. Oh, my God.
You know, I heard they recently decided to add more hops to it.
Yeah, but not the sculpin.
No.
More fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh,
Chicago,
my God.
I hope you're listening.
Yeah.
It's not us.
Yeah, no, we hate that shit.
Yeah.
Please.
Like boycott.
Yeah.
Boycott like crazy.
We don't like that crap, dude.
No. It is not good
If
beer.
we could just ship it to you and get it out of California, that's the only way wed want you to have it.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. If they said we're going to close California and move to Chicago,
Just get the fuck out.
I'd be telling you how great Ballast Point is.
So we would stay there.
Yeah. But instead, they're opening up at fucking Disneyland later this year.
That's got to be like the worst place to open it, too, is Chicago. They're not going to put up with that fruity shit.
I hope not.
They're not going to do it.
Because if I was going to drink, quote unquote, big beer, like Ballast Point is the end of my list, man.
Right.
Oh, God.
And I
Fruity
just think of like, sorry, stereotype. Think of the Chicago guys from the SNL skit.
Da Bears.
Da Bears. They would not have that fucking shit.
No. Da fruit.
Yeah.
Da fruits.
Hey, what beer did you get, eh? Da fruits.
Da fruits.
God. Can you imagine seeing someone at like a Bears game just drinking
Oh, my God.
pineapple sculpin?
I know, some fucking pink ass fucking beer or something. Oh my God.
This shit tastes like the Jolly Rancher.
That's a good Chicago accent.
pretty good, yeah.
I like that one.
I have to remember that.
Oh, yeah. God. Chicago, we're
I was
sorry.
trying to be New York, damn it.
That was good, too. Chicago, we're sorry.
Yeah.
Please don't drink it. It's not that good.
It sucks.
Yeah. And
You've been warned.
Yeah. And speaking of
You're welcome.
boycotting beer, Golden Road
Uh-oh.
is opening up in Sacramento this week as well.
Oh.
And apparently the neighborhood has been protesting.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
There has been a lot of protesting. There has been a lot of social media. Please don't support this business.
Really?
A lot of stuff. Like the Brewers Guild up in Sacramento has encouraged people not to go. They put out a statement that shortly, or essentially said, you vote with your dollars. Please vote accordingly when you go buy beer. And then, in a move that could only be explained as paid for, the local, I think it's called the Sacramento Bee.
Sacramento Bee.
Yeah, put out a story about how great they are for coming to the neighborhood and cleaning up the neighborhood and blah, 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 and how good it is, and let's all just get along and drink beer.
Oh, wow.
At no point did they say, like, their beer is amazing. It was just like, why are we so mad at them? Let's all get along and drink some beer. So, good job, Sacramento.
Right.
Keep on boycotting. If you could just spread that to Chicago, I think we'd be all right.
There you go.
Yeah.
We will flood the streets with our cows and protest.
Isn't that Fresno?
See,
I don't know. Phil Jackson made fun of their cowbells in
Oh,
Sacramento.
that's their cowtown.
and I actually think that would be a better selection for Chicago than Ballast Point. Like,
Yeah.
I just
Oh,
feel
yeah.
like that's
If I had to
such like
drink
a,
one or the other,
yeah,
I would go Golden Road over Ballast Point.
Right.
At least at this point, they haven't dumped Jolly Ranchers into the
yeah.
fermenters.
I'm just trying to figure out where their demographic is now at Ballast Point. They're just really alienated everyone with that fruity shit.
Yeah. I think their
You
demographics...
sound kind of like a Joe there on Family Guy.
Peter, I think that Ballast Point's not very good there.
You know, I think their demo with the fruit shade is like 13-year-old girls.
Bonnie likes the Ballast Point.
Dear God. Oh, God. I think that's it. I got nothing else. Unless you got more, Family Guy.
I'm done with Joe here.
I mean, I could go with like more of the...
Now let's talk a little bit about hops.
You got to give me It's Raining Hops one more time.
one last time before we get out of here.
It's raining hops.
It is. With the boom sauce.
Yeah.
The boom sauce
Good
is raining
stuff.
hops. It is so good. It's good on tap. It's good in a can.
Yep.
And it's a great can. Cans for cans.
Yep. Send that to Chicago.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they're from Massachusetts. They probably get it.
Oh, crap.
Yeah. Send us some boom sauce, everybody.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Oh, thank you, everybody, for listening. Thanks for came out to the Barrelhouse show last week. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you got in. Very sorry about that.
I know, man.
Like I said, if you did not get in, let us know.
Hey.
theunfilteredgentleman@gmail.com. We'll make it right somehow.
Yep.
I promises. You can find us at theunfilteredgentleman.com. We're available on every podcast app, iTunes, whatever you got. We're on it. If you find one we're not on, let us know and we'll beat them up. 805-538-BEER. It's 2337. It's the number to call, especially if you want a drunk dial. You can find us on the social medias at The Unfiltered Gentleman and at Unfiltered Gents on Twitter. I think that's everything. I think that was a successful show. No one passed out.
Correct.
Yeah. Good job, everybody. We all stayed upright.
Goody.
Yeah. Oh, there goes Scott. So close. All right, everybody, stay hydrated, and we'll see you next week. Good night, everybody.